Hello subscribers, here is another review, and this time it's the CollectA 2014 Deluxe Carcharodontosaurus. Now, this isn't a new figure I got. I've had this figure for 2 years already, and I bought it on D. Jenkins. It was $25 plus the $10 shipping, which is kind of pricey for this figure, but it was the cheapest place where I could find it. eBay and Amazon has this figure for, ridiculously high prices. Now, this is probably my favorite Carcharodontosaurus figure on the market. The only other ones I can think of is the two by Safari Ltd. and then one by GeoWorld, and I think that's it. So yeah, like I said, even though this one's my favorite, it still has quite a bit of issues. But overall, it's still a really nice figure. So let's take a look at the detailing as always. Starting with the head right here, you can see the skull is undoubtedly that of a Carcharodontosaurus. And going down, you've got a good amount of scale detailing, even though the scales aren't as nicely sculpted as say some of Safari's recent figures, or even some other collected figures like the Torvosaurus. So here's the bottom here. The scales look a bit nicer on the bottom. See on the other side right here. Here's the top. So you got the rows of osteoderms right here. So you got the feet right there, and the legs, and then the claws. So let's talk about the paint job now. Now the paint job, like people said, is reminiscent of a tiger. Probably a Siberian or Bengal tiger. Because, you got, the orange-brown across the body, the light underbelly, the black stripes, and of course, the face, that has black and white on it. I actually like the colors. I think it works for, this carnivore here, because tigers are one of the largest predatory land mammals today, and Carcharodontosaurus was one of the largest predatory dinosaurs, also one of the largest land predators of all time. Now, for the aesthetics of this Carcharodontosaurus figure, this is one nice looking figure right here. As you can see, the pose looks very lifelike, so is the colors, and those combined with the realistic skull shape and the overall good proportions. This figure looks very lifelike, especially if you put it outside. Now I'll just get into the issues with this figure. Now the most obvious is the shrink wrapping, which infects a lot of dinosaur figures. See, you can see the outlines of the skull openings here, which shouldn't be present unless this animal was literally starving to death. And also the wide hips, which is an issue that the CollectA Acrocanthosaurus and Saurophagonax has. Like, I know the wide hips right here was to help this figure stand better, which to me this wide hips isn't much a big issue to me. It's just a minor issue. But what's a pretty major issue to me is the legs. You see how short the calves are. See, the ankle bone right here is up to here, which is looks kind of strange. See, they're present on both sides, and then the foot. See, the claws are a bit too large. I'm pretty sure they should only be like I'd say up to here. So yeah, my main issue with this figure is the legs. I wish they could have done a bit better with the legs. And also the legs look a bit too short in comparison to the body. Now let's start with the comparisons. So here's the CollectA Carcharodontosaurus next to the two other Carcharodontosaurus figures I have. Both are from Safari Ltd. And like I already said, the CollectA one is my favorite. And some people said this figure is better. I can kind of see why, but to me, I'm not a huge fan of this figure. See, the hands are a bit too large in in comparison to the rest of the body. And I'm really not a fan of how the tail curls like this. I prefer the tails on dinosaur figures being straight, either going up or going down. And also, I don't like the pose on this figure. The pose kind of makes this figure look more like a modern Gorosaurus. Here is a comparison with my other CollectA Deluxe figures, and as you can see, the Carcharodontosaurus is the largest of them. Here's the CollectA Carcharodontosaurus next to the three large theropod dinosaurs by Safari. Now, I think these all look cool together, and I think they're almost in scale, but I think, T-Rex should be a bit smaller. Last but not least, here's the Carcharodontosaurus next to the CollectA Minizophactinus. Well, there you have it, guys. This is my review on the CollectA 2014 Deluxe Carcharodontosaurus. Now, I do recommend you guys picking up this figure. It's a rather large figure, and in my opinion, it's the overall best of the Carcharodontosaurus toys that are out there. Now, some people may prefer the Safari one, but we all have different opinions. I just think this one's the coolest. So, if I had to give this guy a rating, I probably have to give him an 8 out of 10. The wide hips aren't really much of an issue to me, but I just wish the legs were longer, and see like the ankle bones were in the right place. So if you guys like this review, leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.